I'm delighted to be joined by the Nottingham Panthers' latest new signing, defenceman Cooper Zech. Cooper, welcome to the Nottingham Panthers. Just talk us through how you're looking forward to coming to the organisation and what made you choose the Panthers.
I'm very much looking forward to it. It was especially the role that I was going to be in, and just seemed like a good fit. The coaches seemed like guys that I respected and wanted to be a part of the crew, and yeah, everything. I'm very excited to get the family out there.
You mentioned speaking to, Danny Stewart and obviously Omar Pasha. How important for you as a player are those initial conversations to make you feel it's a place like you want to go?
For sure, it's the first impression. Anywhere with anything in life, that first impression makes a big difference. And it was, yeah, they had good things to say that were things I wanted to hear, and yeah, worked out. Very excited.
Now, let's just go through your hockey career in brief. It would be great to do it in more detail at a later stage. But often, a lot of guys that go to the NCAA spend multiple years there. But you just spent that one season and then went pro very quickly with Providence. Just talk us through how that all came about.
It started. The school wasn't for me. I tried it. It wasn't my favorite. So I was thinking I wasn't gonna finish pursuing my degree, and I had a good opportunity at the time, and it worked out great that I signed a 2-year deal with Providence.
How was it though? You didn't just go straight to any old league. You went to a really highly rated league, one step below the NHL, a tough league to play in where that battle to get to the NHL is always very real. How were those first early days for a guy so young?
I remember my first game, I got hit 6 or 7 times, and it was kind of a wake up, but it was it was harder in the sense that everyone you were playing with was a higher caliber player than college, obviously. But the good side was you also had those players on your team. So just you're just a piece of the chain.
Do you think you had to learn? Sorry, do you think you had to learn fast? As I mentioned, like obviously in the NCAA, guys play for a number of years and kind of build up there. You obviously had to really think on your feet and learn fast as a player, getting that chance in the AHL so quickly.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was a quick jump from junior hockey to college hockey straight to the American League, but it worked out well, and I got another opportunity in the same league for the next 2 years, and yeah, it went really smoothly.
You've had a couple of spells in Slovakia, a little loan spell in 2021, and then last year you played the full season there. What were your experiences? How much did you enjoy moving from North America to play in Europe?
It was a lot different. The first time I went there was actually the COVID season because the American League didn't start until January or February. It was a messed up season, so I was able to go there on a loan and play 15 games or whatever it was, a couple months, and it was COVID time, so it was the fans are I think are the best part about Europe. It's a lot different than the United States where it's like a soccer game as opposed to the US. It's a lot of quieter. It's just not the same vibes you get from a game in Europe. But I liked it a lot last season, being a part of seeing the fans and all that.
Well, that's a great point you make. The fans in Europe are known for their passion, and especially in the UK and maybe biased, but especially in Nottingham, how much you're looking forward. It's a big rink in Nottingham, often sells out. How much you're looking forward to, it sounds like you thrive off that fan player engagement.
I do. I love the energy from the crowd, especially home games, but even when it's loud on the road, you just kind of want to shut them up. I love the fan aspect of it. That's always been my favorite part.
It's always a hard question when I ask this because I'm kind of getting you to sell yourself here. But what sort of player can the Panthers fans expect to see?
Offensive defenseman, I'd say skating's probably the best part of my game between skating and passing. Just a playmaking offensive defenseman is what you should expect.
I've spoken to Danny Stewart about you, the head coach, and he talks about the ability and says you'll be a massive asset 5-on-5 and on the power play. In those special roles teams, are they places that you feel that you can thrive with the type of game you play?
Yeah, absolutely. The power play, especially more time and space, which is where I thrive, and 5-on-5, just creating space, hopefully playing a good amount of minutes, and just making a positive impact every shift.
And just finally, just picking up on something that you were kind of part of, and I just want to kind of pick your brains on how it was. There was a blockbuster trade a year ago where your name was alongside you've been in and around these NHL organizations, and as part of a big trade, the Blackhawks sent yourself and Patrick Kane across the New York Rangers. Explain what it was like to be part of such a big trade and how it really worked for you. What was your role in it?
It was crazy. I didn't know anything about it. I was on the road in Toronto, and I got a call when I was going down to the lobby from our GM, and he just said, "Hey, we put you in the Kane deal, so you're going to New York," which I ended up reporting to Hartford, obviously, and shocked that my name came up with him. Surprised that I got traded. Just yeah, a whole lot of uncertainty, question, but yeah, it was cool now that it was associated with it, and yeah,
Yeah, great. It's a great story to tell. Anyway, listen, we really appreciate your time, and we look forward to catching up with you properly in a few months. But for now, Cooper, thanks for joining us.
yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.